Yeah, I say we, Alia and Oroi straight up basically murdered Six. So Six is gone, and I'm pretty mad about it. I don't want to do that. That made me. I think I actually took a break. Oh, there we go. Actually took a break before it happened because I knew that's what she'd be into doing. There we go. Okay, there is something up with my screen. It's not centered. Oh no. All right, so I got a new screen. It's an ultra wide, but it means that every time I stream, I have to change resolutions, and I fear this resolution is not correct. We've got a bit of wonk. Hang on, I've got some instructions here. What did I do wrong? It's supposed to be okay. 25, 60, 14, 40. All right. So technical interesting things going on now. Let me tab out and see what's going on. Okay. Off. Display resolution correct. Interesting. I say interesting, I mean annoying. You know I'm not very good with the tech things. So it's centered on my screen, and it is wildly not centered for you guys. All right, let me fiddle around. Oh, the box is huge. Oh, this is fiddly. I'm, starting to wonder whether the screen is worth it. It seems to be causing little quality of life issues. Let's see if I can move this around. Bear with me. Make it fit a bit better. Oof. It's a bit weird all the same. Even when it's snapping a bit weirdly. That looks a little bit more central. How annoying. Right, so long as nothing of the game is cut off, we should be all right. It looks very blurry down here. Is it blurry? If anyone's around, could you tell me if it's blurry? It looks blurry to me. Oh, this is a pain. Well, we'll read it and then we'll go in and see. Oh, the window's wrong. No, hang on. No, it's okay. And now my cursor's gone. Okay, let's just start and see how it goes. Now, the story so far, Alia's search for the roboticist Janiki Remba has ended at the wreckage of his ship. Oh, hang on. I can't delete the annoying thing in chat. Sorry, I'll get to it in a second. Remba was searching for an... This is all the same as usual. Okay, the last bit is new. Huang told Alia of a trader called Amadou on Renaki who claims to know about an observatory. Can it be the place Remba was after? Nope, and there's my key. Go away. Boop. Alright, there we go. It looks like you can see everything I can see. And it doesn't look as blurry. Alright, we'll carry on then. Yes, we are back in the Withering Palace, that eerie place. And we took Oroi, our mechanicist, former friend, let's be honest. And she sees robots as tools, equipment, things. And Alia, I don't know what Alia thinks. She just doesn't like them. And Oroi basically was like, oh, okay, this is a hopper. It's been hacked somehow, and there could be some resonances in there from whoever was transferred last time, or something like that. I know, very vague. It seemed to, when you go through the hopper, it's like the Star Trek transponder. you move everything. You just go to a different place. It's a transporter. That's what I meant. This one was hacked so that it only transported your neural matrix, as they call it. Sorry, poking the microphone. And like it took who you are out of your head and left your body behind. And it seems that they were doing this to the imperial family, or the imperial family was doing it to themselves in order to render themselves immortal. So they got 6 to be in the middle, which is doubly harrowing because 6 had quite a traumatic response last time we were here about being tied down and in a chair, which means they were sitting, not a robot. And they were very afraid and freaked out, and then we just made them go and do it again. Whether this means 6 was a member of the royal family, I don't know. It all gets a bit muddy. I had a big rant about it at the end of a last stream, if you want to see that. I don't know if the bod is still up, but I highlighted it in a collection, so if you want to hear me bang on about my confusion, that's there. What happened in the end is that we replaced 6, the personality of 6, with the personality of what seems to be the first Empress, who is not the nicest lady. She's kind of ordering us around, and she's very imperious, surprisingly enough. Yeah, and it seems like 6 is completely gone. From the conversation, Alia was implying that this Empress was always in 6, whereas my belief was that the Empress was in. It was a resonation from the hacked hopper that has been put into 6. I'm probably not explaining this very well. I am, as always, very tired. I'm going to stop saying that and just inform me when I'm not tired. I think that will help. Yeah, so a lot happened. It got existential. I got very confused, but the end result is no 6, cranky Empress. Oroi got freaked out and wants to go home. Yeah, the timeline was walking. Anyway, let's go in. Maybe it'll become apparent. And here we are. Oh, this is how we ended. This is your ship. Do you not clean it? This is going to be a long flight. They're all being pretty blasé about the fact that we've just got the essence of the first Empress. The journey to Iox is brief enough. Though I would use a hopper. So we've got, yeah, I'm not very good at voices, so you probably can't tell who's speaking if you're not watching. Sorry about that. We're taking you home, Oroi. A brief bit of compassion on Alia's part that I'm forcing her to do. You bet you are. Oroi got quite excited to fly first. I've had enough of your wonderful life. But since the Empress popped up, she got a bit freaked out and now she doesn't like it. Which is like, it's one occasion. Now she's just going to stay forever. Where are we? Oh, it's quite far to go. She was from Elbereth. Hang on, did I just say I was going to take her back to Iox? Maybe it's because it's closest. She just wants to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm going to click on the timeline. So that's the mention of the ancient observatory from the beginning. We think it was founded almost 4,000 years ago. We think the robots were created at some point during the ancient empire around 1,500 years ago. 6 was buried about 1,000 years ago. Oh, let's expand it a little bit. I'm just picking up the bits that are pertinent to our current situation. Yeah, they constructed the burial garden, you know, the graveyard moon place. No, not that one, not that one. There we've got here, about 350 years ago, the last emperor goes into hiding. It seems like the imperial family were robots, but from where we found the hermitage where the last emperor died, it seemed like he was human. So had he refused it? Had he been turned back? Was there a split in the imperial family? Okay, hang on. Will burner. Yeah, so this is what confuses me. I'll be brief. Six is buried on Iox 950 years ago. And then 550 years ago, the first Empress is deified. Now, I took that to be a confusion of the timeline, because if, or more that the Empress can't have been inside six, because how could she be inside six, buried somewhere, and also being deified? It could be they deified her when she wasn't around anymore. They decided that she was a goddess and were trying to find her or something. That it's not impossible. It just, from things I've read and things people have said, it felt like she was deified while she was still alive as a robot. She basically was like, look, I'm now immortal. I am more than an empress. I'm a goddess. That's what was in my head. I can't always trust my memory though, so maybe I was wrong. Hang on, where's the other thing I saw that was useful? Yoink. Yeah, it was just things happened just now, basically. Yeah, six wakes up about 3 years ago to 1 year ago, and now six contains a recording of an empress. Now, when they say recording, they don't mean like a tape message. They mean your neural matrix has been either copied or transferred. It is basically you with all your memories and all your personality. Okay, the Empress was recorded hundreds of years before, but that recording had been buried inside Six's core. Saying it right out, the recording was because I keep stumbling on recording despite what I've just said. And I'm like, okay, maybe the recording was in the robot, but she still existed, and that's how she record. Can you record yourself multiple times? But that would mean it was the type of recording we think of when we say recording. I'm getting so turned around. Yeah, okay. I think for now we will just try to continue, and maybe something will come out. I'm trying to find out where Ori wanted to go. There's Ori. Okay, Ori. Go Ori to the room. Change six into someone else. Okay, I don't remember where she said to drop her off. So we'll go to Iox and see if she's okay getting off there. I will say that unfortunately the travelling along the rivers can get that specific section of the VOD muted because there's copyright on the music. So I try not to say anything wildly interesting, unlike usual. During that time, just let you know if you are watching the VOD and there's a muted thing, it's just for that, and we will be back. Okay. Empress Enkai insists on returning to Iox, but I think she's going to be disappointed. Iox is the home of the university. As always, I could show some of my recent finds to Huang. He might have an opinion. She's just so... Oh, right. I guess my robot's an empress now. Not going to ask her any questions about the past. This is why I know she's not really a true archaeologist. She's just basically a grave robber. She just likes exploring, finding shiny things, and while I don't knock it exactly, don't pretend to be a historian. I'm going to check Elbereth. Ori wants to go home. Yeah, okay. Ori wants to go to Elbereth. I don't know that we should do what the Empress says. She seems like a bit of a piece of work, as I think it's my phrase for the day. Oh, my memory is terrible. I don't want to spend more time looking up what I've forgotten, so we are going to continue. My point is, I think that she's not a good person. So doing what she wants is maybe not the best idea. I also feel like if we take her to Iox, they'll expect us to hand her over. It also makes me wonder, Miari, the professor, was insistent that Alia take 6 with her, even though I mean 6 is called 6 because it's the 6th robot Alia has had. She loses them, she breaks them, she's not a big fan. We don't know why she's not a big fan. She hasn't said. I guess she's just a robot racist. That's all we've got so far. But yeah, it was a bit odd why she fixated on it. And there's been some other hints, and it makes me wonder if Miari knew anything like this might have happened. Like she knows that Alia will go digging around in the most remote parts. And now we've... You know how it says the Empress was deified? What if there's like still a kind of Empress imperial underground cult going on, despite everyone saying, oh no, now we believe in the loop and we don't have gods? And what if Miari is part of this imperial cult and she's trying to restore her god, basically? Which means she would give power over. Or it could be just academic reason. Like it would be amazing to find someone like this. But then Miari wasn't huge about history. So that one's a bit less likely. I just boggles my mind that Alia has apparently no curiosity about this. I'm going to take Oroi back. I'm not ready to do what this lady says, and I miss 6. All right, it's quite a way, but here we go. If I pass the reins, the sails, I don't know what they're called in a book, to 6, it will go faster, which is kind of a shame because it's very nice music, but we'll see, maybe a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh no, she might talk. I refuse to sit down on Elbereth. Well, I'm not doing it right, am I? The place is repulsive. Sorry, again, I was going to apologise for if it's muted, and like if it's muted, they don't know. You can go if you... I don't know who's talking. You can go if you want to. Is it really loud? It seems really loud for me. Oh. Pass control to Enki. Oh, we have a problem. It's my home, Enki. She never even told us her name. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, we don't have 6. I'm such an idiot. We don't have 6 to sail. Your home is disgusting. They're gonna get on lovely. Maybe someone can blow up the ship. I'm not passing... I don't trust her. I can't pass control to her. I guess we're sailing. Like, she doesn't want to go to Elbereth. If I pass her control, we're gonna end up on Iox. So it looks like we are sailing. So those watching it live can enjoy the music. Watching the VOD, you can enjoy how pretty it looks. I'm discombobulated. Let's go, fun. Always like roller coasters. Which is a bit strange for me. I'm a very cautious person. Take this opportunity to have some tea. Do I need to navigate? Yeah, a little bit. The waste. How's your family? She's not even asking her about anything. I guess that's Alia asking Oroi. Like you care. turn left here. I want 6 back. 6 was so useful. I remember a better... Oh, really? Do you? So the problem is I don't know who's talking. Like, maybe if they had colours. No, you couldn't use colours because not everyone could see colours the same. I mean, if the Empress is just saying, yes, I know a much better way to get to Elbereth. In no way will it land on Iox. I'm trying to wink, but it's not working. Okay, it's just on my end then. I will fiddle with it in a minute. Great. Now I'm taking a detour that... Our route goes right momentarily, Elberethian rat. That's hilarious. I don't know if she's helping us or we're gonna... Why would she help us go somewhere she doesn't want to go? I'm very I don't know how this is working out. But hey, nice music. It's a little bit Doctor Who-esque. Yeah, this is basically what the world looks like nowadays, just floating chunks of rock, the odd moon, and these rivers of like, ice particles.
They say on Elbereth, if you sail too far, you'll meet yourself coming back. But I've sailed plenty far, and I still don't know who I'm supposed to be.
Maybe she's taking us somewhere cool, more historical. It does look like we're generally heading that way. I just don't know why she would help us. There is some kind of ruin a distance away on the right side of the river. So, like, the game is trying to make her perform Six's actions, but it doesn't make sense that she would. The structure is barely intact, Dahlia. There's nothing here to find. What? It looked fine. Ugh, lazy Empress. Couldn't even bother to walk around her own 2 legs. Yeah, it is a little bit awkward, like why she would help us. It's not like... I mean, she didn't sound like she did a whole, oh, I guess we need each other, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm doing what I usually do when I travel, not looking where I'm going. This is why I should never learn to drive. The Silk Pass. A bit of my tea. Go straight on here, gutter rat. This is just getting ridiculous. The Verdant Pass. At least it's soothing. Guess we're not going there either.
Oroi had never left the surface of Elbereth before. I could see she was trying to look brave, but she was not letting go of the ropes.
It's a shame that her first time off was so traumatic. Well, not traumatic, just weird. I saw some kind of structure at the water's edge. Well, but we've passed it now. Well, I didn't see it. What do you want from me? Ioxian space. I think I saw something by the bank. Where? 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 I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no! But it's gone. Oh, stop telling me this. Okay. It doesn't matter which way to go, apparently. Oh, and we're going right. Can't delete the annoying message just now because I don't actually have control of my cursor. Ooh, in this moment. Ooh, left. Okay. Either path ahead leads to our destination at this junction. Oh, so sometimes she calls it by a name. Ooh, that was fun. I'm not usually a fan of like shaky cam, but this is doing it quite well. Giving me quite a realistic feeling of travelling like this. I wonder what happened. Is this just a natural progression that everything broke apart this way? Or was there a cataclysm? Goddamn snuffly because I sneezed. How close are we? Almost there. Gonna go right just to mix it up. Oh, this one's quite gentle. I guess these ones don't have any atmosphere, so we can't live here. It's still boggling my mind how she's just like, alright, guess you're an Empress now. Means nothing. Elbereth, however far I sail, these alleyways will always be my home. Yoink. I just land splat on the rice fields, that's polite. I want my cursor back, please. Her Highness is refusing to come down. I don't blame her. I'm surprised you come back. I try not to. Blunt honesty. Maybe you'll change your minds one day. But I won't hold my breath. Thanks for the ride, Alia. Good luck with your new Empress. Robots have off switches, right? Nope. Good faith to you, Alia Alesra. And there she goes. Good faith, Oroi. Hang on, I'm just gonna do this so I can get my cursor back so I can stomp on that annoying message. Okay. I don't think there's anything to do. Is there anything to do in Elbreth? We wanted to go to Renarki, didn't we? Yeah. We just wanted to drop her off. We've got all these extra sites. 3 sites that it's really vague about where they are. We can't just fly around and find them. We need more information. What are these blobs? Unexplored ruin. We saw a ruin here but didn't land. What? What? I didn't see the option. Usually it comes up with a circle and I can click on it. I'm not going back to Iox, so screw you. I'm going to Renarki. Huang told me about a trader called Amadou who knows about an ancient observatory. Could it really be the one that Remba wanted to find? Why? Hang on. I've never been there. I could go there next. Oh, I'm not on the ship. Right. Ooh! I can't reply. I'm not going to have Alia talk to herself. I don't want her to talk at the best of times. There might be more places to explore in Elbereth, but I'm not gonna. Frankly, I'm gonna go to Renarki. Elbereth's just full of people. Yes, that bothers me. Oh, hang on, I can't go down. Let me go back to my ship. ship. I think I could click on it last time. Help! Hang on a minute. We left the robot on the ship and the robot could fly the ship. And now I can't get on the ship. I didn't want to talk to that guy. Apparently I'm talking to him. How goes things, random guy? The goddess keeps us strong, thank you. Be well. So they've got gods. Ah, back to the ship, got it. Getting a little bit stuffy in here. I'm worried that the Empress will start talking if I wander off on it. Okay, give me a sec. I'm just gonna open the window a little bit. It's a little bit chilly these days, so autumn finally arriving. That outside, the noisiest hoodie in the world. Squish back in. Break that. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to see the timeline. I just want to go somewhere. Nope. Just carry on, carry on. Getting comfortable. Excuse me. Got my COVID cough going on again. It's a weird thing. Ever since I had COVID, if I get really tired, I start having a random cough. No one knows why. Now it is just you and me. Take me to my palace. No. I have absolutely no reason to take you anywhere. You seem possibly, evil. Renaki, Renaki. Let me click on it. It's not going to force me to go to Iox, is it? That would be weird. It's not forced me to go places before. I think it's going to force me. Wow. Unless it's bugging out, which it hasn't yet. Will it let me go anywhere? The moon hermitage before he conquered it. I don't remember that. It doesn't seem to be letting me go anywhere. This is not cool, game. Nobody wants to be forced to go somewhere. Fine. Apparently we are being forced to go somewhere. This is my unimpressed face. Should have wandered around Elbereth. Cranky. So we sail along the Eagle's Path to get to stupid old Iox. I just find the populated places are so less interesting than the historical places. She wants to go anyway, so we'll pass control. She doesn't seem to mind us using her first name. But I wouldn't say that's enough to suggest we've misjudged her. The University of Iox. I spent most of my adult life on Iox. I thought you spent most of it sailing around. Make up your mind. Look at this place. You know it? I have to click quite quickly, otherwise it'll disappear and I'll get confused. Of course I know it. I sketched out the lines of it. This was my palace. A place of comfort and luxury, really. It's ugly. A place of respite. Do you need luxury as a robot? Now look at it. There are plenty of worse places in the nebula. To be bad is easy. To be beautiful is precious. Harley's doing my face. For once. I will require my other face. No, that's so creepy. That's better. She just put on Six's face. I mean, is she implying that she was just pretending? No, why would she do that? I hate it. It's like she's wearing a corpse. Yes, ask questions for facts. Why are you still helping me, Enkai? I am not helping you. You are helping me. I'm not helping you. You are. There is a darkness coming, Alia. And an empress is not an empress if her empire is lost. Why did she need to change her face? I hate it. I hate it. I've got so many questions. And I've only got Alia's brain. You hoppered yourself into a robot. You died so you could live forever. Yes, this is what we want. Come on. Oh, she looks mad. An empire must have a foundation, a greatness to keep it sound. The Emperor forever, the Emperor undying. I offered myself to be the beating heart of the empire I created. Alia. Good faith to you. I was actually in a conversation, my friend. There were others after you. That place was used to capture children. I know that, of course. They rose like a wind from the withering palace with me. We took Iox together. It was glorious. Was it only children? Was Six a child? You mentioned the fall of Iox. Was that you? I told you I felled it. 500 years after my death, I ended it. Got a pop-up saying the first Empress is betrayed. We've had something like that before. Please say more things. Please say more things. Oh, this is so frustrating. Oh. If the recording I met in the graveyard was recorded at the Withering Palace, maybe she was an Empress too? She was not given a mechanical, but left to rot on a pole. She was no true Empress. Child Empress? She was recorded on the Withering Palace, but she said she had to go to the Withering Palace. That suggests that the recording on the Graveyard Moon was aware that where she was. Why did you destroy Iox? It had become no better than the mechanicals I overthrew. A cruel and selfish place. It was time for it to fall. The mechanicals she overthrew. We had robot overlords. How must people have felt when she put herself in a robot body, the body of the overlords? The previous overlords. Or did she just overthrow them for power and they were perfectly decent? So how did an Empress end up inside a Mercian figurine in the middle of nowhere? Is that where she was? This isn't very well explained. Someone died out there. Surely that wasn't an emperor, was it? Apparently she was musing to herself on that one. Okay, so now she's saying that... Oh, another one. You declared yourself a goddess. You wiped away the ancient religions. Do you know what they believed? Before I burned all the books, before I rewrote their tongue, superstition. Seditious superstition. Not the books! I hate her. What did the ancients believe? What were their gods? This guy's listening in the back. This is great. They believed in a pantheon of 7. 6 gods out among the moons. And one, the 7th, waiting. She's being very forthcoming. A 7th god. Waiting where? In a tomb. On the edge of the nebula. Waiting to take the people to liberation. These people were primitives. Just going to get out of the way of this. Looks like we're in a bit of a thoroughfare, and I think we're talking about blasphemous things. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to put it together and then things pop up. Where did they find the device? The one at the site of the Withering Palace. It was found on a deeply forested moon, far out in turbulent waters. So the waters were still there back in her time then. Would you be pleased or horrified if I told you how many died locating it? You sent people to their deaths. Such is the duty and privilege of an empress. Alright, we're getting a load of stuff here. So we don't have a timeline because it hopped around a bit. She overthrew the mechanicals. So at one point, robots were ruling over people. Whether they were good or bad, we don't know. We just know that she overthrew them. Then at some point, she decided to offer herself as an immortal empress to keep at the foundation of the empire sound. Which reminds me of, well, Foundation, that Isaac Asimov book a bit. And later became deified or got herself deified. But yeah, you've got to wonder, I mean, how long would they have been okay to see that one of their former robot masters ruling over them again, unless they were good robot masters? And then she destroyed Iox because she thought everyone had become real mean and nasty. She wiped out all of the other religions, which isn't necessarily bad, but she burned all the books. How are you supposed to learn from past mistakes? Just learn generally from the past if you've burned it away. And I'm not saying all of the books on religion were the past. There were other books, but maybe we don't have many. It's been pointed out earlier that there aren't many books in ancient. So she basically just wanted to rewrite history as if she was always there, the only one. And we have a reference to the gods that we found in the Withering Palace. Why were they still there if she thought they were terrible superstition? You'd think she'd destroy them all. So did someone bring them there afterwards? We referred to the girl whose recording we found on the graveyard moon. It said that the recording was taken at the Withering Palace. Of course, because that's where they were doing the weird hacking of the hopper and taking people's neural matrices out of their bodies. But it looks like they just stored them on the graveyard moon. Like she was never... This Empress said she was never a true Empress because she never had a mechanical, so she basically never had a robot body. She was always just there, so it's not a graveyard exactly. I mean, their bodies are dead, but they are just there waiting to be put into robot bodies. But there's only been one collar we found, and the collar is where the recordings are stored, which means maybe all of the others were transferred into robot bodies, and she was just there waiting. But they emphasized children. Children, she said, they rose up like a wind and took Iox, specifically children, as robots. I don't really know what we are working towards anymore. Anything else? We're just going to casually go and talk to Huang. Okay. Not going to ask why she has to masquerade as 6. Alia, always a pleasure. Immediately popped up, leave the room. This guy's too happy. I go sneeze again. I got it that time. Excuse me. Yeah, I want to ask why she's hiding. She's not ready yet. Alright, Huang, I'll come up, don't worry. Show him an artifact. Use him. I've got a few things for the curators. Glad to hear it. Okay, the dented sextant found at the Withering Palace. What do you think of this dented sextant? Interesting. I've seen something similar, I think, only inscribed. I didn't turn the... No, now where's that volume? Yeah, I didn't turn the volume down, and it's making me shout a little bit, I fear. I've really got to tidy up sometime. The library is tiny, it's so sad. I have no control over the camera. Sorry. This is the inscription found on a beautifully crafted brass sextant. It was found drifting in the rivers near Inaki, back in my predecessor's day. And we got some translation to do. Yay! Bit more normality amidst all the existential creepiness. Alright, give me a minute, I'm going to turn it down. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so possibilities are God or goddess, than or of, in or at, stars or star, and is. So we'll start with the roughly longest one, that's stars in the middle. God or goddess at the end. We've seen more goddesses than gods, I think. What about in for star or stars? Maybe is. That leaves enough space for another word, but it's not liking it. In stars is something of God. Pauper. That translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another. Why did she say pauper? That's a bit random. Right, let's plonk them back down again. It's removed than. I wasn't liking either. How's that? That's what I put before. Never mind. This doesn't feel right. Okay, we're failing all over on our first inscription of the day. We've removed God or goddess. Thanks, Cal. Okay, can I... Guys, can you... Okay, we'll put the other ones back in. This one's being fiddly. In stars is... I can add my translation for stars to my dictionary now. I put on my fan not because it's particularly hot, but it's stuffy, so I'm moving the air around. Don't know why I felt like I had to explain that. Okay, we've got several words now of a sentence. Something in stars is something. Okay, suggestions are drown, idea, strike, or love. Related words could be dying, live, and water. It is quite like live and dying, so something about life or death. Drown, idea, strike, or love. Okay, let's try the last word. Suggestions are emperors, might or strength, nothing, or blessing. Related words could be bless, goddess, or of. Yeah, it's very close to bless and goddess. So something holy. That leaves us blessing or emperors. Emperors wouldn't make... It's emperors with an apostrophe, so it's not a plural, so it wouldn't make sense. So I'm going to go with blessing at the end here. Which is almost exactly the same as bless. So something in stars is blessing. Drown. If you drown, I'm going from, it says dying, live, and water. Drown kind of fits all of those. Drowning in the stars is a blessing? Maybe. Sounds a bit dark, but got to think about the game. It's not cheery. Do you have any more like that? Yeah, all of the translations. God, I'm running out of water really fast. Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. Boo. Shall I archive the dented sextant? Sure. I don't know why we would keep them. Maybe if we kept them we can use them for something, but she doesn't know, so... Oh, why are you down there? Why are you oh shit, I forgot. He takes them immediately and wanders off, and we have to leave the library and then come back into the library before he comes back and we can ask him about the next thing. Here we go. Doopy-doopy-doo. Okay. Oh, she's talking. Surely you're done here. Time to depart, Alia? Not yet. I wasn't coming out. I was tricking the game. Alia always looks like she has a bit of a cold. Maybe allergies. Oh no, I missed a remark. Oh, do I have to wait for Huang? I might have to wait for Huang outside. Sorry, guys. Been a little while. Oh, excuse me. Oh, remark, yes. Tell me about the darkness you mentioned. The darkness is coming. And only the vaults can turn it back. Heaven's vault. Is this the vault that Remba's ghost was talking about? Was it even his ghost? If it was a recording, it could be him. The robots who ran the Empire knew, but they did nothing. If the darkness is dangerous, the robots would have stopped it. They'd have to. Their ethical cause. Their ethical cause are statistical. The robots believe the darkness is necessary, even though the darkness will kill us all. That is why their rule had to end. Okay. So there was a bit of a philosophical difference about killing everyone. An empire run by robots. And you overthrew them. A steel empire replaced by the Ioxian one. As for the robots, they were buried under the plaza in the Withering Palace. A few robots must have been kept around by the Emperors. In places like the site of the Withering Palace, where they couldn't do any harm. You overthrew the robot empire. How? Now there is a secret. One I would be foolish to share with you or anyone. Never again. You shared your secret before? I did. And I was betrayed. It will not happen again. All right, we've just got a lot more there. That's great. Good stuff. So this is helping unravel all of my thoughts and theories of when we were at the Withering Palace the first time. I had suggested that maybe the bodies were kept there in case they wanted to get back in them. Then it was, I thought maybe it was a trap for the robots. When people overthrew this Empress, they lured them in, I thought, and trapped them there. But now it seems that what actually happened was the robot overlords were buried there. Could still have been lured, but I don't have any evidence for that. My evidence, what I thought might be evidence was the child who said that she wanted to go to the Withering Palace. It would be really nice there. There are orange trees, I think there were, which clearly there weren't. But maybe there were back then. That's true. Things change. Might not have always been looking like that. Either way, it was a tomb for the robot overlords, but it's been opened. There was a pit. We could get down there, but Alia, went all cowardly and wouldn't walk down there. It's a secret as to how she overthrew it, and that secret was used to overthrow her. I'm still a bit unsure where she came from, if she was just a resonance in the Hopper Eye, like Oroi said, or if she was in Six's core, like Alia has said and is in our timeline. But then they also said that she was in the little figurine on the Hermitage moon. Not sure about that one. So she overthrew the robots because they weren't going to do anything about the darkness that was going to come to kill them all. Whether or not she's telling the truth, we can't speak to that. So just going by what she said, but obviously grain of salt, she didn't want the people of her empire to all die, because you can't be an empress without an empire. So she rose up against them, which means she wasn't an empress at that time, of course. She rose up against them somehow. Tricked them, I'd imagine. I mean, they seem to be, they would have been a bit more powerful, I assume. But she said now that you can't be, she has to stop the darkness because you can't be an empress without an empire. Back then, it seemed that she wanted to stop the robots because they were going to let the darkness happen and everyone would die. So that sounds quite heroic. And who knows how someone might change over thousands of years and, becoming an empress. And so she may have started out, pretty heroic, and she's gotten rather more selfish and obviously become bitter from her betrayal. Who betrayed her, though? Well, we'll see. Well, we don't all want to die, so I guess that's the plan. Stop the darkness. Did Huang go past us? Yes, he did. Okay. This is all very... This is a lot when I'm tired. Show another artifact. Why not? Woo. I've made some nice discoveries out there. Almost out of water. we'll do the etched, chipped, no, we'll do the marked, shredded map. I guess we stuck it together with tape or something. I wonder what happens if you do keep them and something different happens. Yeah, you know what I mean. I read it as look at stars and dream. You know, I'm sure you're right on look. Or watch. That was an awkward moment. I'm glad you agree. Now, I've seen something a bit like that, if I remember right, and it also had some script. Let me see if I can find it. Help me. She looks so mad in the background. Stop using Six's face, you creep. Here it is. Hello? Just gonna... Guess he needs a moment. Alright. This was written on a charred cloud chart. It was found in an Alberethian house. Ooh, nice long one. This one is a phrase run together. Ooh, look at all the suggestions. Suggestions are god or goddess, as or of, yourself or you, stars or star, shall or should, may, sky, and your. All right, the easiest ones that jump out at me are may at the beginning, may sky, may sky, may the sky goddess, or was it a god? I can't remember for the sky. I think the sky was a god. May the sky god, that's traditionally true for some reason. May the sky god do something or other that we don't know. Something your... Oh, we did pretty well on that one. I believe you can be confident of your translation for May. I bet she could just read it for us. Like, why don't we just go, what does this say? Sorry. Mustn't whinge. There are limitations to all games. May the sky god something your something. I guess, okay. Suggestions are love, show or lead, build or open. Related words could be find, gate, or toward. Find and gate are incredibly long. It's not much like toward. But it sounds like some kind of blessing. So may the sky god show or open. Right, the last word then. Brain or head, way or path, ear or heart. Related words could be sail or wind. Okay, it's going to be way or path at the end. Yeah, may the sky god show your path or your way. Okay, that makes sense. He's in the sky. Don't need to go into that too deeply, I think. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. Excuse me. How about this? It's a sketch of an aged chart of a moon. It was found floating in the withering ways. Maybe we're just going out there with nets. This one is a fracture fragment from an even longer phrase. All right. Suggestions: gods or goddess, home and, who, you, and winds or wind. Chart of the moon. Okay. I'm not going to use the gods one because that leaves one symbol before. So I think they're all connected into one word. So it's more likely to be who at the beginning. And at the end looks like you. Home you doesn't make sense, but I'll put it down and see what she says. At this point, it's that you're just trying to trigger the breaking apart the phrase into the proper words. That helps. So I just throw down a lot. Not winds. Put winds down. And. Okay. Now she's had a thought. I've done something wrong. Yeah, I was just lobbing words at it. Okay, so it's not who at the beginning. That's okay. I'm going to put down wins in the middle. I'm going to put and in front of it. So it's something and wins. I just think that double comma by itself should be part of the word. I'll put you on the end. Something and wins, something you. I might have to put it down just to elicit a response. No? Okay, we'll put down gods as well. She's going to say something at some point. I've done something wrong. Yes, I know. Okay, we are removing home. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's the second screen we want. That's where we can do the proper translationing. Translationing! There you go. I'm intelligent. Here we go. It's split it apart. Apparently I was wrong about the gods. Of course it was a split phrase. I can add my translation for winds to my dictionary now. All right, let's look at the beginning. Gods and winds, something you. Suggestions are protect or defend, join or connect, walker or nomad, and go. Related words could be home, live, or place. It looks mostly like home. So it's going to be something homely. Gods and winds. It feels like it's going to be protect. It's on the age chart of a moon. Join you, connect you, no. The other two don't make sense grammatically, so I'll put protect or defend. Gods and winds protect you. That'll do for now. Do you have any more? Yeah. No, nothing comes to mind. I'll take the shredded map to the archives then. I'm not finished with it yet. Maybe this will help him not go anywhere. And then we can look into the knife. Oh, well, of course. I'd best get on with some work myself now. No, I want you to look at the creepy murder knife. Listen, Huang. Oh, have you heard of a place called Heaven's Vault? I wanted to show him the creepy murder knife. Of course. Heaven's Vault is a children's story. But I suppose parents don't tell it on Elbereth. And it isn't a place exactly. If it's not a place, what is it? She's gotten cranky now because he's talking about parents. It's a boat. In the story, this boat sails from a sinking island. But the boat gets hit by a storm or sinks or something. I can't remember it properly. Professor Miyari would know it, if you think it's important. I didn't have any parents to tell me stories. I know I should feel sorry for her, but she's so unpleasant. I was like, oh, okay. Awkward. Of course. It's like she just wants people to feel uncomfortable. Thanks, Wang. Guess he's not looking at the murder knife for now. And now I've just got a map for no reason. I'll see you soon, Huang. See you soon. Okay. Back to the ship. Can we leave yet? No. I'm going to bust you to Miyari and see what happens because I'm feeling a little bit chaotic. We'd heard that the seventh god has a temple out on the edges of the nebula. Is that temple Heaven's Vault? It's a thought, it's a thought. I will wait here. You don't want to see Miyari? That woman. That woman is my primary user, Alia. Are you telling me you're afraid of her? If someone had the power to make you destroy yourself, simply by asking you to, would you not be afraid? Take whatever time you want. Tell whatever lies you must. Interesting. So she's not free. So the question now is, was she ever free? When she was put inside the robot, was she being truthful when she said it was kind of a sacrifice? Like she's programmed maybe to protect the Empire or something? And it's not full free will? I mean, right now we know they're programmed to have a user, but was it always like that? And she doesn't sound surprised by it, but I guess if she finds it in the files, then... Interesting. I thought it would be more fun if we had her with us when we told Miari. But I just want to see what Miari says. I don't know that Alia is that suspicious of her, although we did question whether she set up Remba's death. I wanted to thank you for coming to Remba's funeral. His mother appreciated having another Albaruthian there. Professor, why was Remba exploring the nebula? You must have known why he left Iox. I did know. At first, anyway. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, Alia. But... you didn't trust me. I'm always going to pick the paranoid, grumpy options. You're not the easiest person to talk to. About my beliefs. They were Remba's beliefs too, you know. Here we go. Was I right? Was I right? Your beliefs are crazy. So Alia. For a moment, child, forget yourself and just listen. You understand the loop, Alia, even if you deny it. Oh, okay, it's just the loop. You understand that everything which happens will happen again. And everything which happens has happened before. I thought the loop was about reincarnation. I didn't, but she maybe did. It's the Wheel of Time. It is. We have lived many times, but however often you live, Alia, you cannot escape who you are. What does this have to do with Remba? The fall, Alia. Iox fell, Alia. The Empire collapsed. Our protectorate is the Empire of old, and the fall will come again. And if we are not ready for it, we will not survive it. Remba was investigating the fall. That's correct. That's what Remba was doing for me out there. Trying to learn how the fall will occur. And Remba found something inside one of his robots. Found what? I don't know. The robot told him something. Set him to digging up something on a moon near Elbereth. He hired labourers from the Elbereth markets to do the work. And then I heard nothing until he sent me that brooch. But the robot knew about the fall, Alia. The robots know everything. The robots might know, but they can't remember. 6 barely remembers being woken. Oh, re-woken. The robots have no memory of what came before. Before they were buried here, they were wiped clean. But I don't think a robot can truly forget. No more than a soul in the loop can be lost. The loop sustains all, Alia. All. Do you really believe this? I'm growing tired of your cynicism. Find the observatory. Whatever it is. Find out, and then come and tell me. Okay. Alright, so I was wrong about it being an empire cult, kind of. So, what likely happened was... Oh, I'll be seeing you, Alia. Because 6 was Remba's robot. And in certain parts of this, it's a little bit back and forth, the Empress was already inside 6. Or it could have been another... Oh, hang on. Alia. I didn't get to tell her. Terrifying, you know? If you're an Empress, then... Who were all those other robots that I lost? Ooh. I mean, 4 fell in a canyon. It might have been, what? A poet? A great musician? Anything? Cease this jabbering. I don't know, I'm pleased that Alia's having some retrospection. It does make me wonder if... Oh. This place has nothing to offer. Surely you're done here by now. Do it. Can't remember what I was saying. Leave the moon. Right. That's what I was saying. So far, it feels like she only hates robots in order for her to have her beliefs shaken up and realise she was being mean to robots. And it's like, we're still missing the origin here. I wanted to ask about the children's story, but we didn't get the option. Maybe I just... because I picked up things. But Miari... That's what I was saying. In some way, Remba spoke to either the Empress or someone who maybe was part of the Empire. Maybe they wanted to get the Empress back. And that's why Remba went and dug around on the Hermitage Moon. He found the last Emperor, he found the crown of Iox, and he found the figurine, which maybe contained the Empress. I'm getting very confused. Anybody watching knows up to where I am without spoiling, because I'm very confused. I might have remembered things incorrectly, but then it's difficult because I don't know if you always find out the same things when you play, so maybe you can't tell me. So the story that Huang could barely remember talked of a boat fleeing a sinking island, but then itself being sunk. So is it like a lifeboat from, if the sinking island is like the darkness, is it a lifeboat away? Or is the darkness what sank the boat after it fled? All right, Carolyn, thanks for coming by. Hope the appointment is successful. Well, at least we can go somewhere else now. Yeah. Confusion. I just wish I could read the journal better. New site indicated somewhere in the 14 flows. Okay. Oh, it's just another one. Oh. Oh, okay. Before it said pre-Empire site. Now it says Steel Empire site. But we still can't get there. And then a big unknown ancient site. Enkai believes this region to be where the curious altarpiece came from. But I don't know enough to find the site yet. What about the Steel Empire site? Evidence suggests a moon deep in the rocky caverns of Sculptor's Canyon. But I don't know enough to find this site yet. An eclectic series of ancient artifacts are pointing to an old location. Something from before the Empire itself. A lost city, perhaps. But I don't know enough to find this site yet. Okay. Where are we being funneled to then? Can we go to Renaki? It doesn't seem to. Where can we go? It's not giving me the option to plot course, but it says I could go there next. Having another look. Robots are created. Repurposed. Now, I'm going to look at this later. I just want to see how we can travel away. Gosh, she's... Okay, let's start sailing. Maybe I need to click on it like that. I will prepare the tackle adjuster. The two dots in the inner corner of her eyes make her look like she's permanently cross-eyed. Alright, so we can go to Elbereth, which... Oh! Okay, we can go to Renaki. Why would we go back to Elbereth? Just for the sake of it? I'd love to know why Janiki Remba was hiring Elberethian labourers. If we visit the market and the cat kiss, I might be able to find out. But the Empress Enkai refuses to even roll tracks here. But I thought we knew why he was hiring workers. He was hiring workers... Okay. He was hiring... We know he was hiring workers to dig out the Hermitage Moon. But maybe they knew something else. Maybe he spoke of something, they saw something that could help us identify these sites. And Elbereth is much closer to Iox, so we could just pop there and then go to Renaki, because Renaki's really far away. It'd be nice to go somewhere new, but let's be sensible about this. Sensible. Ioxian space, sailing to Elbereth. Boop. Not my most sci-fi. Path turns right up ahead. Pass control. I'm gonna rest. Time to make some progress. One day I'm gonna play this and just pick all the nice options and screw her personality and force her to be nice and see what happens. Alright, we're alone this time. No six. Sad face. What is over here? I'm going to go over here this time and avoid cat kiss just for now. There is a big foot, obviously giant statue sort of thingy. Stone feet. Big old statue used to be here. The slums below are named after these feet. They're the oldest things here. Well, they're definitely human feet. The original statue must have been huge. Great, now she gets to talk to herself. Bigger than the statue on Mercy. Obviously, you can see, obviously. No, I don't want to talk to the lady. Yes. Forward. Walk with the goddess. What's forward? Or die on Iox, I don't care. Wow, that was a bit... Maybe everyone in Elbereth is like this. It doesn't matter how often I come back here. Once you've left, no one allows you to return. Okay, so it may be that this is just what people are like on Elbarath.
The
Great.
smell of the slums made me feel like a child again. It hadn't been a happy time. A simple one, at least.
Yeah, I know, I could be a bit more empathetic to her difficult upbringing, but I'm just too overwhelmed with the current existential story to think about why she's unpleasant. Cool to have a little mini map. Do I go that way? Did I come from that way? I think I came from that way. Okay, go back up. Oh, completely wrong. I can never find my way. 50-50 and I get it wrong. If Remba was really hiring workers from here, he will have hired them from the market inside the citadel. We'd see if we could find anyone who knows what he was doing. Who's this we? Is she talking to me? Is it getting weird?
The heart of the God's Feet slum was Timor's bar.
Why now? Alia Elasra.
Timor had never once set foot inside the upper citadel, or so he liked to claim.
By the turning of the waters. You're back. I don't know, do this. I don't know. Just for a little while. Then I'm happy you stopped by.
He was the king of the dung heap.
Rude. And are you well? Well enough. Don't know what we're doing here, so I don't know really what to say. Oh. Well, let's have a drink. Can I have a drink? Dude, tell me. Give me information. You're literally the innkeep. Yeah, let's just sound him out. I heard something out there about a darkness. Just freak out the people. Something that would fall across the whole nebula. I'm so sorry. I can't stop yawning. Oh, yes. Did you hear that in the war rooms of Iox? I heard it from a robot on a ruined moon. He seems to think these things are like stories, maybe? The music just gets louder and louder. Your life is so romantic, Alia. Honestly, I would believe you more if you said you'd seen it written in the waters. You once told me there were 7 gods in the ancient pantheon. Sorry, it's so loud I have to take one of my ears off. I found 6. Did I tell you that? I was probably making it up. I'm sure you did. I think I was told by my grandmother that 7 is a lucky number for the ancients. Or 6 and 1, as she said it. You're very good health. On the house? Yeah. I think she could afford it, but she's just... This time, sip my drink.
They say rocker is made from river water, that it burns your throat with the cold of space. But it isn't true.
Good. That sounds unpleasant.
Timor knocks it up out back in an old metal bin.
That also sounds unpleasant. How about some good news then? I have something for you. A scratched compass. Oh, I would estimate it dates from ancient times. Engineered from gold. An heirloom, maybe. It has that look to it. He just gave her gold. Something that was old even when it was used. Looks like there's some carved characters in ancient script on the casing. this is broken off. I feel like I'm frowning and I can't stop it. Alright, hang on, I need to turn it down. It's really stressing me out. I'm a bit sound sensitive at the moment. I get like that if I'm tired. Well, more like that. I don't want to turn the music down unless someone says, oh, it is too loud. It just feels weird, like, I mean, it's literally living in the slums. Ergo, they're poor. He's giving her something made of gold. Maybe it's just a, do you want to look at this? Don't take it. She'll probably take it. Scratch compass. Suggestions are of, tells or speak, paths or path, homes or home. I don't know why it's suggesting homes, because there's literally not the correct symbols in there, so good job. I'll put paths or path at the end. Tells near the beginning. Of. Tells of. Okay, that helped. I think tells must be right. I'm convinced of paths too. Okay. Something tells of something paths. First word could be master or overseer, knowledge, song or nebula. Related words might be low, people or star. Does look quite like star. Doesn't look much like low. Something tells of something paths. Knowledge or nebula maybe? What's that third word then? Suggestions are its, pilgrims, apostrophe not plural, hours or hour, and cold. Related words could be serpent, you, and your. Doesn't really look like any of those, to be fair. Tells of something. Well, pilgrims comes up a lot. Well, you could use cold. Pilgrim's paths with the apostrophe there would imply that it was just the one pilgrim, actually. Something tells of pilgrim. If it was like pilgrim's paths, like the pilgrims use these paths, the apostrophe would be after the S, so I'm not sure. Tells of our paths? Its paths? It tells us. It's a compass. Let's go back to the beginning. I said it was similar to, the first word was similar to star most of all, slightly similar to people. So I'm going to go with nebula. I don't think it's right though. Nebula tells of our paths. Sure. I mean, that's where you travel around. So it kind of would be our path. You can find your paths. I'll ask Huang to have a look when I get to Ix. She's taking it. She's taking the gold. Water's all gone. This comes from the same source as the Chronicles of Mazwai. The one I discovered at the Withering Palace. Where did you get the Where did you get it? From one of my customers. You're not the only one who sails to strange shores, you know. Ooh, cool. Let's talk to them.
He liked me.
That is weird. Sip my drink.
I had my first taste of Roku when I was 8. I didn't pay for it that time either.
That's tradition. You want another Rocky? No, please. She only wants the free ones. Another time. I think it's weird that he likes you as well. We'll see if there's anything else. I saw something terrible out in the cyclones. I love that she's come back and she's telling him stories and he's really going to end up telling other people who come in, but everyone's going to get it slightly wrong. The burned out wreck of a ship. It belonged to someone at the university. he died out there. And it could have been you. Easily. And very brave. Still might. I take some real risks out there, alone. And sometimes you wonder why you do it. We all take risks, Alia. Life is a risk. I just feel bad for him, that's all. She's decided she feels bad for him. I don't think she's telling the truth, but I didn't want to say the other one. Of course you do. Have a drink in his honour. No, he's getting me drunk. It's not okay. Anyway, Timur, do you ever see Oroi? She is curious. She never comes down here anymore. You two were inseparable once. I caught you stealing my Raki cork cask when you were too small to carry it, let alone drink any. Oh, he's older than I thought, okay. Oroi picked the lock with a hairpin. The things that girl could do if she put her mind to it. Rude. I hate when people say shit like that. Your friend by the door there should be afraid of her. You're visiting the cat kiss today? What does that word mean, cat kiss? That's what frowning. I'm not sure exactly. It's very old. This looks normal, right? Kiss is usually a word for a king or a leader. The labourers call the people who hire them Maikis. Okay, one more thing. I think there's one more thing to say. I found a moon pouring water. Water cascading down a mountain. Water in rivers. Water bubbling in fountains. Did I? Sounds like a paradise. I don't remember that. Oh, right. There were no fields. I don't think it was a graveyard anymore, I'm not saying that. Nowhere for anyone to live. So there was water for the taking, was there? Uh-oh. Always on the lookout for business. I'm an altruist, as you know. Where was it? I don't want them taking the water. No, that they could need the water. Any ghosts, wake. I don't know why I suddenly was like, no, don't take the water. But you don't sail, do you? Me? I have a bar to run. Your place is empty. There's no one here. That is what empty means. Well done. People have to work. Well, some people. Was that shade? So is the cleaning job keeping you busy? I told you before, I'm not a cleaner. But of course you are. And what is voices? Picking through dead people's jewellery? Truth. I don't know what's going on right now. Random zoom in and zoom out. Can I move the camera a little bit? Yeah, I absolutely heard when he said your friend by the door, which means the game assumes I came here with 6, and 6 would have been there by the door. Little awkward, but can't catch all these things, especially in smaller games. It's when there's not many people working on it, that kind of thing. I may be stuck here. I'm just kind of zooming in and out. I've not had a bug like this before, like that stopped us playing. I can open up inscriptions. I can open up the map. I can move the camera from side to side. Otherwise, we're just slowly zooming backwards and forwards. At least I can get to the menu. All right. Yeah, I could close it in the harsh way with no save, but sorry, I'm not making any sense. Yes, I could close it and then open it back up. 15 minutes to go. All right, hang on. It was saved just now. Hopefully it's not saved broken. So I'm going to quit out. And give it a second, up to date. And head back in. That's the first time I've hit a game breaking. Well, maybe not game breaking. We could not continue, you know. Feeling a little bit woozy. Maybe I should have gotten more. Oh, it changed the story so far. But we'll read that. This is an official restart. Don't read it. Don't read it. I was going to cover up, but that just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I should have got more water when I ran out, and now I'm feeling a bit peculiar. Anyway, we'll see if it's still broken. And not talk to him again if it's okay. We'll just get out of there. Alright. I can move towards the camera. It's rather creepy. Alright, let's get out of here. There's a trap. See you around, Timor. Don't be a stranger. Well, that's completely useless. Where am I going? Wait. Oh. I've been booted out. Guess that was it. I got a compass out of it. So now let's go to the market. No. What the fuck? Okay, so the highlighted circle came up to go to the gate. I clicked on it, and now she's gone, oh, time to leave then. You want to go back to the ship? I'm like, no, fucking what? No. Game's wigging out a little bit. Just gonna have to go back down. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully the save isn't messed up, because you don't get multiple saves. I might speed up the text. I slowed it down because I wanted the text to go away slower, but it makes it arrive slower, if you like, which means there's a big long pause every time someone wants to say something. It's bugging me. Okay, I can't go there. But not today. It's literally kicked me out. Right. Game's being a bit annoying. But, I mean, we can't... I don't know what to do to change it. I wanted to ask those workers to see if we could pinpoint some of the sites, but now it's not letting me go back. Basically got kicked off a planet. So we'll go to Renaki. What I'm going to do is sail there. So in the next stream we are ready to go with Renaki, and just cross fingers that the save hasn't gotten corrupted in some way and we can still continue the game properly. Sailing to Renaki in the Renaki Reach via the Verdant Pass and the Silk Pass. I wonder if we're coming near the end and it has a particular, gets a bit linear maybe. It needs me to go in certain places at certain times. I'll sail for a bit in case we go past any... Oh, and questions. What if the rivers aren't natural at all? I didn't change the bloody... What if they weren't created by storms or magnetic fields or anything like that? Oh, this one's slow. What else could they be? I don't know who's talking, so I have to kind of guess. Yoink. I don't know. Something whole. Something with a design. We haven't found any lore on the rivers themselves. There are no designers. I might be getting them wrong. It might be the Empress is suggesting, but she doesn't seem like a theorizing person. You should turn right shortly, cretin. At least that's amusing, hearing her insult Alia every turn. Imagine a ship dragging floes behind it the way a plough drags out a furrow. Yeah, it's Alia. Alia would only talk about... The Empress wouldn't talk about farming. A tapestry of cloud and smoke. The well springs drive the flows, Alia. What are the well springs? Oh, she knows so much. Camel's teeth. I've never heard her say that one. We should turn us left, Alia. Get a bit of headache. Maybe we pass the controls over to her. I don't want to miss out on any information she could give us. I mean, she was alive for like hundreds of years, so to speak. How did it work? What happened? Ask her what happened in all of history. Write it down. The Verdant Pass. It's green.
The Renaka Reach is famous for smashing boats to splinters. The Renakans are said to make their boats from solid iron.
So the Mazwai we found at the Withering Palace. If it's not from Iox, where is it from? I'm annoyed that they're having conversations. I don't know if they'd have these conversations not on the rivers. I believe the text is new, but the paper and binding is old. I know you're speaking, so I'm just gonna not try and do any kind of voices. I know it might seem like I don't, but I do try. Pages have been scraped to provide a new surface upon which the Mazrai text has been written. Why? Replaced? That sounds like the Empress is doing. Where does the binding and paper of the Mazrai come from? I want to know too much. The same site as the scratched compass. So the compass was important, at least. Maybe help us find a site. Somewhere ancient. It may be that we can have this conversation not on there, so I'm gonna pass control. And because I'm feeling a bit peculiar. We have reached uncharted waters, Elberethian fool. I really don't like seeing my VOD slapped with a muted audio, because it doesn't tell people that it's like 2 minutes or 1 minute or something. It just says muted audio. So it's easy to believe that the whole thing is muted, which is why I try and avoid this. I take it you and imbecile Ori have some kind of history. She's making conversation. I'm not discussing this. She doesn't want to make conversation. Two really grumpy people on a boat together. Of course. Whoop. I was wondering we fell off the rivers for a second there. But please know, I believe you are right and she is wrong. Is this a bug? We've just kind of zoomed away from the rivers, but the text is still there. Okay. Right about what? We're not on the river. I think we're having problems. We're just in some cloud. We fell off. Whatever it is you disagreed about. She's being weird. Oh my god, if it's broken and we've come all this far. Let's hop her down, Enkai. Avoid some notice. It's alright, it's alright. It was just the visuals that bugged out. But happening so soon after that other bug, I'm a bit... Renaki, a market moon. Far beyond the reach of Iox. Yeah, because you can't like make your own saves, I couldn't like reload a previous save. So if it's balked, our whole playthrough might be screwed. Anyway, borrowing trouble.
We came to Renaka like thieves, hoppering ourselves into a narrow alley between high blank walls.
Sounds busy out there. 12,000 people living in a sewer. We'll never find Amadou here. We should go. I won't give up before we start. It threw us into the conversation. There wasn't much I could do there. How plucky of you. This way. Alright. Saved 1 minute ago. Okay, give it a sec. Fuck it. Let's get out of here. Alright. Yeah, there isn't a main menu or anything. There was a bit of a weird ending. I know that I'm sorry if my commentary went a bit strange, but I also went a bit strange. So I was a little bit disconnected there. Yeah, we just crossed fingers about the save.